Greetings to all light forms and life workers that have found this guided meditation for meeting the tarot fool. This is a guided meditation, so it is recommended that you do not drive or operate machinery and to find a place where you will not be disturbed and comfortable for the next 10 minutes. We will begin with 3 full lung inhales and exhales. Any modifications will not affect the efficiency of this meditation. You can close your eyes if you haven't already. In your mind's eye, in your own inner mindscape, visualize a pathway, a trail, leading through the environment of one side, an endless ocean, and the other side, an endless desert. And between these two drastic terrains is a tree-covered pathway with large ancient trees on both sides, canopied with the long, old foliage. Multiple turns and twists in this trail, so it's hard to see where you have been and where you are going. But you know that there are many powerful beings on this trail, both ahead and behind you in your progress. As you walk down this trail, you see the beautiful flowers, the ancient rune-covered stones on the walkway of the old druids and mystics who have walked this path for eons. You hear in the distance bells being rung, maybe hundreds of small little bells constantly being chimed. This sound permeates through you and activates your excitement, your joy, your passion, your exploration inside. You may begin to want to do a little dance or nod your head to the rhythmic sounds being played by these bells. As you continue to walk, there is a steep turn, and as you make that turn, you witness the source of this subtle music as the light peeking through the canopy reflects off of the shiny bells that are sewn onto the elaborate, loose-fitting costume of this fool, who is there dancing with his objects behind him on a stick. Everything he needs, he has on his shoulder. The bells are sewn into his costume, which is many different patchworks of materials, none of which from the same source, with the bells sewn into the seams. This quaint and strange individual also has a small dog following him, barking very quietly that you can barely hear, as if the dog has been barking for so long that his voice has become weak. You see this individual dancing close to a ledge. as if one more step he will fall down into the sea, to the jagged rocks below. But he, not listening to the warning of the dog, continues his merry trotting, his stance of laughter and song. With each movement, the bells in his hats and in his shoes and all over his uniform chime wildly. You approach this being, and as the fool turns to you, you see that it is neither male or female. It is a being who just is. They have the wisdom to know that life is fleeting, to be joyous, but they have the foolishness to not know where they step, and to not be fully aware of their surroundings. As you just spend time witnessing and listening to the sounds produced by this silent fool, you feel deeply that you are in control of your life, that this reality exists for you to express. And as you learn from this dancing individual, all truths are merely just half lies, and all lies are merely just half truths. This fool is both wise and foolish, knowledgeable and ignorant at the same time. This seemingly paradox can be rectified by the joyous, free, open individual you see. Some will only ever view him as a fool, and others will only ever see him as a wise man. But his lesson, his wisdom to you in this now, is that both can be true, and both are true, which does not diminish either. In this reality, in the life that we live, things can be both good and bad. They can be both pointless and transformative. And by understanding that nothing is what it truly is, and what you see is only just an illusion based on the eyes and the mind, you will be able to better fully understand the other individuals you will meet on this path, including your own self. As you see the fool, you express your gratitude. They remove one of the bells from their body and hands it to you, places it in your hand, and you shake your hand and you hear the magical sound. The sound waves go through your whole body, changing the frequency of yourself infinitely. You place this inside your heart space and know that everywhere you go will bring the joyous rings of the foolish wise man that exists within us all, and that will teach and show and love forever. As you walk past this fool, you say goodbye to the small dog, to the birds, to the insects. Give your gratitude to the lessons you learned here. You could pause this meditation to spend more time with the fool if you would like. As you continue walking down the path, witnessing the ancient ruins of the people who planted the trees, who protect you from the heat of the desert and from the cold of the sea, you give your gratitude to yourself for being part of this process and for allowing it to happen in the now and in the forever. Much love and gratitude to all beings.